Northern, the 1 Keith Mundy, the 2
Good afternoon from Norton Park Widnes for this first round of the Premiership competition between the 1988-89 champions of the First Division Widnes and Bradford Northern. Widnes just taking the field, having won a second successive Stones Bitter Championship. The three quarters, 2 Rick Thackeray, Andy Courier, Alan Tate and Martin Afire. Number 6 will be Dave Marsh and 7 Paul Young. And the forwards, Kurt Sorensen is at 8, Phil McKenzie 9, Joe Grimmer 10, Mike O'Neill 11, Dave Smith 12 and Richard Erza 13. Substitutes for Widnes this afternoon, 14 Derek Pike and 15 Paul Moriarty. And the Bradford team, number 1 Keith Mumby, 2 Richard Francis, 3 Steve McGowan, 4 Roger Simpson and 5 Basil Aki, 6 Mark Wilson and 7 Paul Harkin. 8 is Kelvin Skerritt, 9 Brian Noble, 10 John Hammer, 11 David Hobbs, 12 Carl Furbank and 13 Harry Pinner. Substitutes for Bradford are 14 Darren Moxon and 15 Phil Carnforth. Your referee is Mr Haig from Ossett and the touch judges are Mr Whiteley and Mr Jackson. So it will be Widnes playing from left to right in the first half, but we'll start this game through Andy Courier. Bradford come here as the only side in the First Division this season to have taken 3 points from Widnes, due to that man with the ball there, Steve McGowan, who scored a try on both occasions. 16-16 draw at Odsall, and then a fortnight later, Widnes were beaten here by Bradford. Dave Myers then in at fullback this afternoon, while Alan Tate moves up into the centre position. Widnes have possession then, just inside the Bradford half of the field. Dave Smith earns his full game for Widnes this afternoon after an excellent second half in that championship winning game against Wigan last week. Joe Grimmer. Dave Marsh, standoff. Martin Afire has to tidy up for Widnes. Dave Marsh again. Now to Myers. Widnes throwing the ball around just outside their own 25. Dave Myers trying to force his way through. Another big crowd this afternoon then for the first round of this Premiership. Phil McKenzie kicking that up towards the Bradford 25. It's taken comfortably by Mumby. Long-serving fullback for Bradford. Tackled by McKenzie and Rick Thackeray. So Widnes will know full well the task that's up against them this afternoon. On both occasions in the league encounters with Bradford, both games were played in torrential rain, and that suited the Bradford forwards, who really, Widnes struggled to cope with their forwards for most of those games, and in the end did well to come away with a point from Bradford. Meanwhile, Harkin with this kick. It's a good kick from Harkin, deep inside the Widnes half. As I say, last week's tremendous performance by Widnes, beating Wigan and taking the championship at a second successive season. Bradford, who looked at one stage of the season a few weeks ago to be in grave danger of being relegated, a good spate of results for them late on in the programme took them to 8th place in the First Division, and that has given the honour of coming to Norton Park for this first round of the Premiership competition. Harry Pinner, ex-Widnes player, just inside the Widnes 25, so there's danger early on here. Bradford in possession. Noble, now Harkin, switching play. A long pass to Simpson. He's tackled by Andy Courier. Harkin again. From half-back, kicks that into touch for Bradford. Scrum down then, 10 yards from the Widnes line. Mr Haig having a word with both hookers. Bradford have possession through Harkin. Looking for Basil Aki. A chance here for Bradford early on. They're just 2 or 3 yards short of the Widnes line. Harkin. Pinner. Short ball to Furbank. Still Bradford on the attack. Mark Wilson. He's held up just 2 or 3 yards short. There's danger here for Widnes in the first 2 or 3 minutes. John Hammer. A position just a yard or 2 short of the Widnes post then. Bradford moving the ball. McGowan. Now Simpson. Simpson keeps the ball alive. McGowan kicking through. Dave Myers takes it well. So the pressure off for the time being for Widnes, in possession 2 or 3 yards from their own line. Rick Thackeray tries to bring that ball away. Phil McKenzie. Paul Hume. Paul Hume had a great latter end to the season. Been asked to play in the second row, loose forward and scrum half. A tremendous utility player for Widnes. Now Kurt Sorensen. Short ball to Myers. Myers trying to find the gap, does well. And gets up towards his own 25. A half break by Dave Myers there, almost getting Widnes away. Mike O'Neill's at half-back. Throws it back to Alan Tate. Alan Tate playing in the centre this afternoon. But a bad bounce, and Martin Offiah almost getting onto that loose ball. The referee deciding that Martin Offiah was in an offside position. Even though Richard Francis touched that ball for Bradford, he's awarded Bradford a free kick on halfway on that far side of the field. Keith Mumby will take that. The crowd on the far side not happy with that decision from Mr. Haig at all. They believe that Richard Francis then played Martin Offiah onside. So again, Bradford come down towards the Widnes 25. Brian Noble. Now Hammer. Joe Grimmer brings him to ground, but again, Bradford are inside the Widnes 25. Now Kelvin Skerritt. Well, that surely was an offside decision. Mr. Hay got it wrong there. He's given a scrum down, and it really was an offside decision. Paul Hume will put the ball in for Widnes, though. And Widnes have it inside their own 25. But it's a free kick to Widnes. Mr. Haig saying that the Bradford front row had the feet up in that scrummage. Alan Tate kicked it safely into touch on that far side. 10 yards inside their own half. A chance for Widnes then. Alan Tate with the tap. Coming across field, but in fact losing a yard or 2 there. Richard Ayres looking for a gap. But a good tackle from Hammer and by Skerritt. Dave Marsh at standoff. Getting play inside the Bradford half for the first time. Mike O'Neill. A long ball to Andy Courier. Takes it well. Has Thackeray on the outside, but Courier goes inside. Widnes are held up on the halfway then. Dave Myers is at half-back. Throws it back to McKenzie. The kick along the touchline by McKenzie. The ball going infield though, inside the Bradford 25, taken by Keith Mumby. Steps through a tackle. And in the end brought down by Andy Courier. Now Harry Pinner. Simpson on this near touchline. Good covering though from Phil McKenzie and by Rick Thackeray. Mark Conway's at half-back. Basil Aki for Bradford. There's no way through there. Rick Thackeray brings him to ground. And Brian Noble's at half-back now. John Hammer, met by 4 Widnes tacklers, 10 yards inside the Widnes half of the field. Hobbs, now Pinner. Short one to Skerritt. Skerritt does well. McGowan, he's a dangerous player, McGowan. As I say, he scored on both occasions in the league against Widnes, and only a cover tackle from Martin Offiah brings him to ground. A chance here for Bradford then. Play on, says the referee. He's given Bradford 6 more tackles. They're just 15 yards short. Early pressure again from Bradford. Now Noble. 10 yards short then to the right of the posts. Now Hammer on the short ball from Harkin. Widnes will do well here to keep Bradford out. Harkin again. Pinner. Looking for Skerritt. A chance for Bradford here. Francis. But O'Fire gets back very well. Good tackle from Martin O'Fire, but it's still Bradford on the attack. Hobbs. Now Skerritt. He's just a yard or two short. Last tackle, says the referee. Going on the blind side. Hobbs to Francis. Excellent tackling from Widnes. A long tackle trying to get Francis in at the corner, but some good tackling from Widnes. Martin O'Fire's at half-back. Coming in field, there's no way through for Martin O'Fire here. Scorer of 54 tries this season. Without question, the best attacking force in rugby league. Joe Grimmer gets Dave Myers away, but Widnes throwing the ball around on their own line, and are in fact paying for that. Because they tackle behind their own line, and they will have to drop kick that ball out from underneath their own posts. Andy Courier then will drop kick this ball out for Widnes. Just about 8 minutes gone of the first half, still Widnes 0, Bradford Northern 0. Courier gets that ball up to halfway. It will be taken by Mumby. Safe as you like. Runs back at Dave Smith, and a good tackle by the youngster. Now Hobbs. Been playing in the front row in the absence of Kelvin Skerritt, but moves back to the second row this afternoon. Now Harkin. Harry Pinner switches it back inside. Good play from Bradford here. Fairbank trying to get McGowan away in centre field. They're up to the Widnes 25. Harkin again. Now Pinner. A good tackle by Mackenzie. Right on the Widnes 25. Pinner to play the ball. Harkin's at half-back. Throws it to Fairbank. But he makes no further yardage. Knock on, says the referee. So it's a scrum down then on the Widnes 25. Paul Hume will put that ball in for Widnes. Bradford pushing Widnes back, but an offside decision. Roger Simpson and Mark Wilson caught in an offside position, says the referee, and so some relief here for Widnes. It's a free kick just outside their own 25. Alan Tate safely into touch on this side on halfway. So perhaps a chance for Widnes then, with 10 minutes of the first half gone. Kurt Sorensen charges at the Bradford defence, makes another 10 yards for Widnes. Mackenzie at halfback. Paul Hume, now Joe Grimmer. Charges at Hobbs, knocks Hobbs off. And in the end, a combination of John Hammer and Kelvin Skerritt bring him to ground. Widnes then starting to wind the play up. Richard Ayres. Dave Marsh from halfback. Tries to break through, looks for Richard Ayres again. Good play from Widnes. Richard Ayres gets over the 25, finds Alan Tate, throws the ball out to Martin O'Fire, but that ball goes to ground. And in the end, Richard Francis, the right wing man for Bradford, drops on that ball well inside his own 25, but couldn't avoid going into touch on the far side. Scrum down then. So the first bit of pressure from Widnes, making good ground into the Bradford 25. Just about 10 or 11 minutes gone of the first half. Still Widnes 0, Bradford 0. But it comes out for Bradford. Harkin has the ball. Now Mumby joins the line and is tackled on his own 25. The ball comes free. Play on, says the referee. Thackeray has a chance for Widnes. Throws it out to Marsh. He steps out of a tackle from Aki. A long pass. Well, the intended pass was intercepted by Roger Simpson, and Bradford breathe again. A very large crowd again have turned up at Norton Park this afternoon, and almost the first score for Widnes. Carl Fairbank then. There's no support for him on his own 25. John Hammer, the number 10 for Bradford, makes another 10 yards for his side, and then midway between halfway and the Bradford 25. Kelvin Skerritt. The Widnes know only too well the danger from this man from the two league encounters, and will have to close him down before he gets into his stride. David Hobbs then, ex-Great Britain man, a good kick downfield. Dave Myers takes it well, 10 yards from his own line. But one thing you can be sure of, this lad races back. At any defence, he has a chance of doing so. A really superb run from the youngster. A very popular player here at Norton Park. Kurt Sorensen trying to get Widnes away. They're inside the Bradford half of the field then. Mackenzie trying to go from half-back, charges at Harkin, makes another 15 yards. Widnes doing well here. The crowd getting behind the champions. Mike O'Neill, Widnes playing one-man rugby and indeed getting over the 25. A good charge from Mike O'Neill. Some encouragement from the home fans. Paul Yoon switching play to Dave Marsh. A long pass this time. Alan Tate trying to get a fire away on the left. Steps inside of Mumby and Martin a fire. Scores his 55th try of the season. And Widnes have done exactly what their supporters thought they should do when they play Bradford. Throw the ball wide on the flanks. And the first try of the afternoon, inevitably you would think, to Martin a fire. 55 tries for this wingman this season. Good play from Widnes from halfway. Sorensen, Mike O'Neill making good ground inside the Bradford 25, and then the ball switched, thrown out, quick hands, and Alan Tate getting Martin a fire away. Difficult conversion attempt, way out on that far side. But no goal for Widnes. And with about 14 minutes gone of the first half then, Widnes 4, Bradford Northern 0. Just the sort of start that Widnes were looking for. People of Widnes, and in fact the team, I really think, have a bit of a point to prove this afternoon. They feel that the conditions had a lot to do with the results in the league against Bradford. Rick Thackeray then trying to take play up towards the Widnes 25, plays the ball. Mackenzie, now Mike O'Neill. Joe Grimmer bursts one or two tackles and in fact gets Dave Marsh away in centre field. Good play by Marsh, kicks towards the try line. Martin on fire chasing that ball. A marvellous play again from Widnes. Down. Harkin to put the ball in for Bradford. They have it. Mark Conway is tackled by Marsh. Mumby. Now Hammer, but he can't get past young Smith and Mike O'Neill. Hobbs then kicks this forward for Bradford again. Taken on that far side by Dave Myers. He comes inside safely enough, and in fact offloads to Alan Tate. Now Rick Thackeray steps inside. Thackeray getting over halfway. Good charge from the wingman. Widnes are buzzing just at the moment. Punching holes in the Bradford defence. Paul Hume, a long pass to Dave Marsh. Sorensen's out on that wing. Martin Offiah had come round this far side looking for the ball. Now Paul Hume. Richard Ayres. Joe Grimmer. Joe Grimmer again bursting one or two tackles. Doing well, the number 10, but the ball just squirming from his grasp. And Bradford have possession just outside their own 25. Well, Joe Grimmer made a good start to this match then. 2 bursting runs from the number 10 almost opened up the Bradford defence. Harry Pinner. Norton Park then, fairly full again throughout the 4 sides of the ground. Encouraging to see. Kelvin Skerritt. Last tackle, says the referee. Bradford are 10 yards short of halfway. Harkin will kick this forward. It's a good kick by Harkin. Dave Myers doing well. Took that ball, it really was an awkward ball, bouncing away, and he beats the first man. And the second. Super run by the young fellow. And in fact, Hammer there, going over the top, the referee didn't see it. Well, good play by Myers. Widnes again then. Short ball to Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill looking for Rick Thackeray. And Rick Thackeray will race towards the Bradford line for another marvellous try for Widnes. Rick Thackeray scores the second Widnes try, and a very popular try indeed. Full marks to Mike O'Neill. Came on the short ball, tore the defence to shreds, found Rick Thackeray in support, and the wingman raced 40 yards for a superb try. Martin Offiah gets most of the headlines here at Norton Park for his volume of tries, but this lad, Rick Thackeray, is a very steady defensive player, and when he wants to, can show a clean pair of heels to most defences in the First Division. Great try from Rick Thackeray, and the goal added on from Andy Courier. And with about 16 or 17 minutes gone of the first half, Widnes move out to a 10-0 lead. As I said, during the 2 games against Bradford, if it was raining torrentously every single game, Bradford would be in with a chance of the Grand Slam. But really, they do struggle on the harder grounds. Richard Ayres. Just the start, though, that Widnes needed. 10-0, with just about 18 minutes of the first half gone. Smith. Kurt Sorensen, the Widnes captain, almost getting the ball inside. Well, that's 2 or 3 times that hammer has looked as if he's going to knock somebody's head off. But he'd be picking on the wrong player if he thinks he can do that to Sorensen. He's having a go again. The ball thrown back to Alan Tate. A long kick forward by Tate. It's a good one. Making Mumby turn. Good kick by Alan Tate. The ball, in fact, coming back towards Widnes. Widnes must allow Mumby to take that ball, though, and give him 5 yards. Well, a very strange situation indeed. Mumby, nerves of steel. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Very patiently, Widnes waited and waited, and in the end, Bradford making nothing of that at all. In fact, David Hobbs pushed out on halfway. Well, another feature of the 2 games against Bradford was that Bradford got more than their first share of possession. And indeed, they've won that one against the head as well. That's 2 this afternoon. The bigger forwards seem to be able to push Widnes around a little bit in the scrumming. Widnes will have to deal with that as the match wears on. Bradford had possession then, just a yard or so inside the Widnes half of the field. Harkin. Simpson. Almost getting Basilaki away on this side. Play on, says the referee. Richard Ayres dropping on that loose ball for Widnes. A long ball in field. Mackenzie with the long ball taken by Alan Tate. But a knock on, says the referee. That pass just perhaps a little bit over ambitious from Phil Mackenzie. But nobody can fault Widnes for doing that. The biggest feature of this team's play this season has been their open rugby, and Phil Mackenzie was only just following what has been for normal here this season. Well, Widnes taking that ball from the scrummage, and the crowd on the far side not happy at all with some of the scrumming decisions from the referee. Harkin to put it in again for Bradford. And again the crowd incensed by the decision from the referee. Mumby, though, just gets over the halfway. So a chance for some pressure from Bradford. Still Widnes 10, Bradford 0. Harry Pinner, Carl Fairbank. Kelvin Skerritt driving in straight for Bradford, but can't make any more yardage against Richard Ayres and Mike O'Neill. Harkin again. Mumby in the line. 10 yards short here, Bradford. Harry Pinner, short ball to Fairbank, almost getting through. Good tackle from Richard Ayres. 2 or 3 yards short, Bradford here. Fairbank trying to go himself, gets the ball to Skerritt. Great tackling from Widnes, holds Skerritt up on the last tackle. Superb defence from Widnes. It almost looked as though Kelvin Skerritt was going to get over for Bradford. But Widnes have the turnover just a yard short of the line. Kurt Sorensen. Now Smith. They're still a yard outside their own line. Now Sorensen. Good charge from the Widnes captain. But the ball goes loose and Bradford in possession. Pressure again then for Widnes. Conway, now Hobbs. Bradford driving in a man at a time here, trying to force the way over the line. Harkin, a long pass to Pinner. Now Skerritt again, but a marvellous tackle again from Richard Ayres. That's twice he's brought down Skerritt, just a yard short. Switch play to Pinner. Keeps the ball alive to McGowan. He goes for the line. Sorensen brings him down 2 or 3 yards short, but still Bradford in possession. Widnes will do well to keep them out here. Roger Simpson. It really is true Bradford style of play here. One-man rugby. No intentions of letting the ball go. Harkin kicks it over the line. Well, in the end, Alan Tate taking that ball. And probably the best option, because Bradford were threatening to score there. 5 or 6 tackles just a yard short of the Widnes line. They come away with no points again. Andy Courier will take this drop out for Widnes. 25 minutes gone of the first half. Still Widnes 10, Bradford Northern 0. A ball coming up towards halfway and taken on the full by Mumby. Hobbs trying to get McGowan away on that far side. Conway takes play inside the Widnes 25 then. Pressure again from Bradford. They've had a good 5 or 6 minutes here, the Yorkshire side. Harkin, now Pinner, short ball to Furbank. Furbank goes through the gap and will score for Bradford, way out wide. Good try for Bradford. Well, Harkin made a gap for Harry Pinner, a short ball to Carl Furbank. And when he got through the first line of defence, he just ran wide towards the Widnes try line and scored way out here on the left. Hobbs. That ball just going across the face of the goal and just a yard wide of the far upright. So as I say, with about 26 minutes gone of the first half then, it's Widnes 10, Bradford 4. Widnes to restart the game. Andy Currier. Taken by Harkin. Now McGowan. A good tackle by Dave Smith on the Bradford 25. Harkin, been a very busy player for Bradford, being the first receiver on most occasions this afternoon, trying to get the big Bradford forwards to run off him. Now Simpson. Taken by Andy Currier. Harkin again, short ball to Hammer. Now Pinner has Hobbs on his outside. Pinner steps out of a tackle, comes back inside to Skerritt. And Skerritt takes play up towards halfway. Well, to be fair, the big Bradford forwards are starting to make some ground in towards the Widnes defence. Six tackle, says the referee. Now Harry Pinner, short ball to Conway, but a good tackle by Dave Marsh. Harkin, inside to Simpson. Bradford have taken play to within 10 yards inside the Widnes half. Carl Furbank, the try scorer, making a good run again for Bradford. Well over the 25, throws the ball inside. But it's still a chance for Bradford. Roger Simpson. They're just a yard short again, Bradford. The punching holes in the Widnes defence now. Basilaki is at half-back for Bradford. Harkin. Keith Mumby goes for the Widnes line, and he's just a yard short. Well, Widnes under severe pressure here from Bradford. Conway throwing it to the right. Pinner with a long ball. It's a try for McGowan again. Steve McGowan scores his third try in the third meeting between these sides this season. Well, no, the referee has not given the try. Pressure here from Bradford. Conway throwing it to the right. Pinner with a long ball. It's a try for McGowan again. Steve McGowan scores his third try. Sixth tackle. So Widnes have a chance to move it away. Through Dave Marsh in centre field. Marsh gets up to his own 25. Well, a let off for Widnes there. A forward pass, said the referee, on the last tackle. Dave Myers has that ball for Widnes. Trying to get round Conway. Can't do so. Sixth tackle, says the referee. Bradford kicking at that play, the ball. Andy Courier trying to go himself from half-back, almost getting through. Now Richard Ayres looking for support on the inside. Well, no lack of excitement from both sides in this game already. Both sides prepared to throw the ball about, and in fact are finding holes in their respective opponents' defences. It's all a bit tight there though, Alan Tate. Last tackle, says the referee. Mackenzie kicks that ball forward. It looks a good kick from Mackenzie, but it's not going to find touch. Francis takes it well inside his own 25 and comes across field. Tries to get round Paul Young. Andy Courier coming across. Andy Courier using the shoulder there on Francis. Now Aki trying to get down his touchline, but Rick Thackeray has him. But an injury to Paul Young. He took a knock in that tackle on his neck. Hammer for Bradford. Well, the game livening up here. The tackles are coming in thick and fast. Harkin, right on halfway. The game very much coming alive here. Harkin playing the ball. Harry Pinner, the ball going loose. Picks up by Martin Afire in centre field, but he's crowded out by 2 or 3 Bradford players. He needed to be. Mackenzie from halfback switches it back inside to Mike O'Neill. So midway between halfway and the Bradford 25. Short ball to Joe Grimmer. Grimmer again doing well, finds Mackenzie. Now Paul Young. Chance here for Widnes, quick hands. Kurt Sorensen offloads to Andy Courier. Good play by Courier. Phil Mackenzie. Widnes keeping the ball alive. Good entertainment for the crowd here from Widnes. Kurt Sorensen took a bang in that tackle. Phil Mackenzie then. Now Courier. Well, Bradford dropping on that loose ball. Widnes should have been quicker to that loose ball. Just inside the Bradford half. That ball goes to ground as well. The referee says it went backwards. Just about half an hour gone in this game. Still Widnes 10, Bradford 4. It was always going to be a tough game for Widnes when the Premiership placings were decided. As I say, this was possibly a side that Widnes didn't want to meet so quickly after winning the championship. But they lead by 10 points to 4. Bradford attacking through Hobbs. Now Harkin. Harkin gets past one player. McGowan's at halfback. Hobbs on the far side. And just kicks that ball into touch just inside the Widnes 25. So again, a very important scrummage for Widnes here. They've lost 2 against their head already this afternoon. Scrummage, and it's a free kick to Bradford. Well, more pressure again then for Widnes. And Bradford making a substitution. Basil Aki is leaving the field. And he's being replaced, I think, by Darren Moxon. Well, some pressure again then, as the first half enters its last 5 minutes. John Hammer. Bradford look a dangerous side when the forwards charge at the Widnes line, there's no question of that. Now Skerritt charges towards the post, he's only a yard short, but he drops the ball over the line. When he looked as if he was going to score for Bradford, he just dropped that ball over the Widnes line. Phil Mackenzie then. A quick one on the 25, Kurt Sorensen trying to drive Widnes forward. Andy Courier kicks that ball forward. The substitute will have to get back here, Moxon. Well, that pass from Sorensen didn't quite go to hand for Courier, but he did the next best thing and put his foot to the ball. So at least Widnes have got the pressure away from their own line here. Roger Simpson. Steve McGowan. Ten yards inside the Bradford half of the field. John Hammer. Good tackle from Grimmer. Long pass towards Harry Pinner. But a good tackle from Richard Ayres, his opposite number. That was a good tackle from Richard Ayres. Saw the danger and snuffed Harry Pinner out. A long kick from Hobbs. It's far too long and play will come back. Just about 3 or 4 minutes left then of the first half. Chance for Widnes through Mike O'Neill. Taking play up towards the Bradford 25. It was O'Neill's charge that set up that last try for Widnes. Paul Hume, now Joe Grimmer. Grimmer going forward again. Still on the Bradford 25. Paul Hume taking the ball to the left, trying to switch it back inside. Just can't get the ball away. Tackled by Hobbs and McGowan. Dave Smith going on the blind side, setting up a position here for Widnes then. Referee trying to keep Bradford onside. Alan Tate puts an up and under in towards the Bradford post. Tricky one for Mumby to take. It's a try for Phil McKenzie. A very good up and under indeed from Phil McKenzie. Or rather from Alan Tate. Keith Mumby had to wait for that ball hanging in the air. Mumby was under pressure from Dave Marsh. The ball bouncing clear. And that's a try for Phil McKenzie. A little bit of fortune for Widnes there. Keith Mumby really should have taken that ball under pressure. But full marks to Phil McKenzie, backing up as he so often does. The loose ball and a good try by the hooker. Andy Courier then, safely through the posts. And as half-time approaches, Widnes move into a nice 16 points to 4 lead. Well, the first round match is being played this afternoon in the Premiership Trophy competition. And 2 weeks from today, the semi-finals will be played. And if Widnes should beat Bradford this afternoon, then they will have a home tie in that semi-final 2 weeks from today. The final being played 1 week later at Old Trafford, Manchester. Alan Tate screams through the Bradford defence. He comes up to Mumby. He will have O'Fire on the outside, gives it him early, but O'Fire races round Mumby, and Widnes are clear. The champions are running Bradford ragged. Martin O'Fire scores his 56th try of the season due to some superb play by Widnes. The ball worked from their own line, found Alan Tate, who screamed through the defence, took the ball over halfway. And you would think that if Andy Courier could tag on this goal kick, you could reasonably expect Bradford to be dead and buried. That if the weather had been anything like this in the 2 league games against Bradford, then Widnes would have done better than to only take 1 point. Andy Courier then. But he misses that goal kick attempt. Just on the half-time hooter. Some excellent play from Widnes, moving the ball to the wings, which have brought them 3 superb tries, or rather 4 superb tries. And we have a half-time score of Widnes 20, Bradford Northern 4. Premiership Trophy first-round match between Widnes and Bradford. Well, I don't think too many people could have forgiven Widnes if after that very strong fixture list they had to put up with in the last few weeks of the season to regain the First Division Championship, if they quite hadn't been able to overcome Bradford this afternoon. But full marks to them. They put on a super show in the first half, giving them a 20 points to 4 lead with some scintillating tries. That's the measure of this team now. 3 or 4 world-class players missing, and the lads they can call upon or reshuffle the side. Widnes now with a squad of maybe 20 players, a really very formidable side indeed. So the onus now on Bradford to turn around a 20 points to 4 deficit. Hobbs will restart the game for Bradford in bright sunshine. Widnes now playing from right to left. Bradford in their change strip today of red jerseys. Ball taken well on the 25 by Smith. Tackled by Mark Conway. Mackenzie at half-back then. You feel that one more score from Widnes here could put this game out of Bradford's reach. Mike O'Neill almost getting through. Kurt Sorensen then. Short ball to Richard Ayres. Just couldn't get out of that tackle from Simpson. 10 yards inside the Widnes half of the field. Paul Hume steps inside of Skerritt. Mike O'Neill in a good position there to support him. And indeed stepping out of that tackle, almost keeping the ball alive. Mike O'Neill had a superb season in the second row for Widnes. Mike O'Neill, one of the most steadiest players at this club. Kick downfield, taken by the substitute Moxon on his own 25. And tackled by Phil Mackenzie. Invariably Phil Mackenzie's the first of the ball on a kick through. Roger Simpson then. Good tackle from Smith and Richard Ayres. Richard Ayres won't be far away from the top tackle count this afternoon. That's for sure. Now Hammer. Bradford moving the ball through Hobbs to the right. McGowan. Excellent tackle from Alan Tate though on McGowan. Just inside the Bradford half. Hobbs, but he kicks that into touch on the full. It's a scrum down then, 5 yards inside the Bradford half of the field on this near touchline. Widnes have it. The referee saying that Paul Hume fed the scrummage. Penalty to Bradford. Keith Mumby then, just about on halfway. Safely into touch. A chance for Bradford then to try and get back into this game early in the second half. Noble to Hammer. Young Smith and Mike O'Neill bring him to ground 2 or 3 yards outside the Widnes 25. Kelvin Skerritt chased by Sorensen. Skerritt coming wide here, but the cover doing very well to bring him down a yard from the touchline. Well, Skerritt not had the room to move as he has done in the 2 league fixtures between Widnes and Bradford. Widnes alive to the situation that this man can burst tackles in the best defences, but not so today, so far anyway. But Bradford then in centre field. Hobbs, a kick towards the Widnes line. Myers will have to get across, he does so. It's all a bit tight and he did the right thing. Tackled by Francis. Fires at half-back. Goes himself. Stepping through a few tackles. Going really wide. Doing the right thing, offloading to Rick Thackeray. Thackeray straightens play up and brings the ball towards the Widnes 25. There really wasn't anything on for Martin Afire, giving the forwards a rest. Now Sorensen. Good charge from the Widnes skipper. Well, again, Hammer. High in the tackle, but the referee having none of that. The ball thrown back to Alan Tate. Chance for Widnes to move the ball downfield, which they do. Keith Mumby comes across just outside his own 25. He's faced by Dave Marsh. Dave Marsh requiring no help from Martin Afire. Hobbs on halfway. Bradford, short ball from Pinner, look forward. Play on, says the referee. Simpson getting towards the Widnes 25, finding Fairbank. Good charge here from Bradford. Still going Fairbank, gets the ball out to Conway. Bradford at 15 yards short of the Widnes posts. Well, a good move from Bradford, gaining 30 or 40 yards there. Harkin, a long pass to the right. Pinner, there's no support for Pinner. Joe Grimmer and Mike O'Neill bring him to ground. Last tackle, says the referee. Bradford are 10 yards short. Harkin, now Hobbs will put a kick in again towards the Widnes line. It's a dangerous one. Taken on the full by young Dave Myers. He did well. Under pressure from Skerritt. Skerritt barged into young Dave Myers, but he didn't take his eye off that ball at all, the youngster. Fair play to him. And Widnes have possession on their own 25. Kurt Sorensen trying to take play to the right. Offloads to Richard Ayres, who gets it away to Thackeray. Good play from Widnes. They certainly are the best attacking side from inside their own 25, or for that matter from anywhere on any rugby field in Britain at the moment. Mike O'Neill trying to pass it back inside. Play on, says the referee. Alan Tate switching play in centre field, but just losing his footing under that tackle from Mark Wilson. Just about 5 minutes gone of the second half then. Phil McKenzie, long kick downfield, and it's a good one, says the linesman. Excellent kick from Phil McKenzie. McKenzie really had his kicking boots on in those last few games in the league. Constantly, when Widnes needed the pressure off their own line, Phil McKenzie was putting some good kicks in down the touchlines for Widnes. And there's just another one from the hooker. Bradford have that ball then, to the annoyance of the fans in the main stand. Moxon, the substitute for Bradford. Well, a keen tackling from Widnes this afternoon so far, not allowing Bradford to drive any holes into the centre of the Widnes defence. A ratio of 4 tries to 1 so far in this game, and that's just about right. Simpson then. Hobbs looking for support from Mumby. Harkin. That ball going out on the full, and really this Bradford side are lacking ideas. They really not looking a very good outfit at all this afternoon. They're resorting to kicking, and even that is not good. Widnes have the ball then through Marsh, switching it back to Andy Courier, who offloads to Martin Afire on halfway, but he just loses that ball in the tackle. Knock on by Martin Afire. It's a good job that Carl Fairbank made that tackle on Martin Afire there. He looked to be ready for setting off on another mazy run through another defence, but a good tackle by the second row man. Scrum down then. It's just inside the Bradford half of the field. Bradford have the ball again. Simpson. Good tackle from Mike O'Neill. Simpson had to come inside to look for a gap, but couldn't find one there either. Now Pinner. Hobbs. McGowan. Now Skerritt coming towards this wing with a good tackle from Alan Tate. On the Widnes 25 with some help from Kurt Sorensen. Hammer, good tackling from the Widnes defence. Stopped absolutely dead though by a good tackle from Phil McKenzie. But he played the ball to himself and has made another 10 yards. So Bradford are 10 yards short here then. On the last tackle, Harkin moving it to the left. Pinner kicks towards the Widnes line. Dave Myers, the covering player, allows that ball to run into touch. Really, Bradford are, for a first division side, devoid of any ideas whatsoever here. Mike O'Neill offloads to Thackeray. Still going Rick Thackeray. And does well to stay in. Courier throws that ball to Joe Grimmer, who comes steaming like a train onto that ball. And he's not very happy with an off-the-ball tackle from Pinner. Well, the referee is giving Bradford a free kick, saying that Joe Grimmer did not play the ball correctly. And Keith Mumby has a chance then to put this ball into touch and put some more pressure on Widnes. He does so inside the Widnes 25. About half an hour left of this game then. Widnes the home side 20, Bradford 4. But Bradford on the attack, 10 yards from the Widnes line. Through Hammer. But he'll have to do better than that to break down Sorensen and Grimmer. Harkin. Now Skerritt offloads the ball to Fairbank. Chance for Bradford here. McGowan steps out to one tackle. The ball goes loose. And young Dave Myers picks that ball up. Runs round the back of Mark Wilson. And he's met by Brian Noble 8 yards from his own post. Dave Smith trying to settle things down for Widnes, letting the forwards get organised. Now Mike O'Neill. Another 5 yards for Widnes, up towards their own 25. Richard Ayres looking for a gap. Almost doing well, Richard Ayres, just couldn't find support, couldn't get that ball away. It needed to be a good tackle, and it was. Well, there's no question that Harkin was using his head there in that tackle. He'd already made the tackle on Richard Ayres, but he was unfairly using his head, in my opinion. Have to be decided what the referee sees of this. His linesman's now tentatively walking onto the field and tentatively walking back now. The referee is bringing out Harkin. There's no question that he was the troublemaker there. Free kick to Widnes, rightly so. Harkin very lucky indeed not to get sin bin there. Alan Tate safely into touch on this side. So a chance then for Widnes to get down into the Bradford territory for the first time for a few minutes. 25 minutes left. Phil McKenzie. Now Sorensen. Runs at Hammer. Well, the crowd feel that David Hobbs went over the top on Sorensen there. But he's picking on the wrong fellow altogether. Joe Grimmer. Good tackle from Noble. Well, a bit of bite in this second half now. Bradford resorting to tough guy tactics. Myers joins the line for the first time this afternoon. Walks through 2 or 3 tackles and does very well. Pushing off men twice his own size. Myers joins the line for the first time this afternoon. Walks through 2 or 3 tackles and does very well. The referee, patience has run out and sends off Fairbank for a 10-minute spell in the sin bin. Well, Fairbank can count himself unlucky that he's the first Bradford player because he really shouldn't be. Further ahead. 25 minutes left. Widnes 20. Bradford Northern 4, and Andy Courier with a chance here. Safe as you like from Andy Courier. Widnes 22, Bradford 4. Widnes must not try to get involved at all, though, with this roughhouse tactics from Bradford. They must keep the game steady, play the football that they have been doing. Hobbs restarts the game for Bradford then. Richard Ayres will take this on the full. Charges up to his own 25. Widnes then moving the ball through Joe Grimmer. Just brushes Harry Pinner aside. And David Hobbs. Widnes getting into gear again here now. Sorensen offloads to Andy Courier in centre field. Pass to Paul Hume. Widnes have a chance here. Dave Myers in the line. Skips round one player. Keeps the ball alive. Bradford will get that loose ball through Harkin. Paul Hume covering though. Fair play to Widnes. Moving that ball across field, trying to get Rick Thackeray away. Skerritt. Widnes quickly in on Skerritt. John Hammer. Hobbs trying to get McGowan away, which he does. McGowan trying to step inside of Alante. But no chance. Good tackle from Alante on McGowan. Hobbs again then. Now Harry Pinner trying to offload to Mumby. So Bradford make it up towards the 25. Hobbs again with a kick towards the Widnes line. And really, it is dour stuff. It's what we expect from Bradford, really. Widnes then. Paul Hume. Almost getting through a gap for Widnes. Widnes then will try to wind the pace up here to add to those 4 superb first half tries. Sorensen keeping the ball alive to Mike O'Neill and to Andy Courier in turn. Courier's in centre field. Widnes is certainly threatening to burst holes in the Bradford defence, but just can't burst that last tackle at the moment. Sorensen doing well under pressure from Skerritt. Simpson has a loose ball for Bradford. Martin Offiah chases Simpson, rather getting in each other's way, and a very fortunate try indeed for Bradford. Well, Widnes playing all the football in this game, and Bradford find themselves with 2 tries on the board, and it really doesn't reflect the way that this game's going. Safe as you like, say the linesman. Bradford then are within 2 scores of the Widnes total, 22 points to 10, with about 20 minutes left of the game. Andy Courier then will restart the game for Widnes, leading by 22 points to 10 with about 20 minutes of this game left. Widnes playing all the football in this game, but are not quite safe yet. Courier with a long kick down. But a mistake by Steve McGowan. And that's a dropout for Bradford. Kick out by Mumby. Andy Correa gets that ball at the second attempt. Charges back at 3 Bradford tacklers. Widnes then just outside the Bradford 25. Kurt Sorensen from halfback, trying to set up a position for Widnes here. Correa, now Hume. Richard Ayres straightening the play up, almost getting through. Widnes are just a couple of yards short of the Bradford 25. Phil McKenzie. Paul Hume has Dave Marsh in support. Widnes moving the ball to the left. A ball to Joe Grimmer. Grimmer throws a long ball out to Martin Ofaya. And it's another try. Easy as you like. Joe Grimmer running onto that short ball. Almost looked as if he was going to score the try himself, Joe Grimmer. But unselfishly throws out a long pass. And Martin Ofaya, try number 56. Seventh hat-trick of the season, leaving Andy Correa with this difficult conversion attempt out on this near touchline. Well, that's as sweet as you like. And Widnes are steadily putting the record straight here against the Yorkshire side. And Widnes are making a double substitution on the far side. Young Dave Smith and Kurt Sorensen leave the field to be replaced by Derek Pike and by Paul Moriarty. A welcome return for Derek Pike. In the absence of Kurt Sorensen from Christmas onwards, Derek Pike had a superb spell in the front row for Widnes. Well, a very awkward bounce indeed. Dave Myers just couldn't get that ball. He's annoyed with himself. He's given a scrum 3 or 4 yards from the Widnes line. But more importantly, the scoreline: Widnes 28, Bradford 10. And a good 20 minutes of this game left. Harkin will put the ball in for Bradford. And they have it. Simpson scored that last try for Bradford. Mark Wilson. Pinner inside to Mumby. Mumby is tackled very well indeed by young Myers. 2 or 3 yards short of the Widnes line. Bradford though, pressure again. Simpson. Kelvin Skerritt still going towards the Widnes line and gets a try for Bradford. Well, no lack of tries this afternoon. Inexplicably, David Hobbs pulls that one wide. It's not like him at all. Well, just about 15 or 16 minutes left then. Widnes 28, Bradford 14. And each time that Widnes look as if they're getting away from Bradford, Bradford just come back again. 8 tries for the fans this afternoon, 5 of those to Widnes, 3 of those to Martin Offiah, and 3 to Bradford. Courier then kicks that ball deep towards the Bradford line, taken by Mumby. Well, the referee taking out Moriarty for a word, for a high tackle, and he seemed to be yards away from Mumby. That really does seem a strange decision. Well, free kick to Bradford. Bradford then. John Hammer trying to get up to halfway. Good tackle this time from Moriarty. The referee can't say anything about that tackle. They don't come any bigger in rugby league than Kelvin Skerritt. And again Moriarty. And ironic applause from the fans on this popular side. Andy Courier takes that loose ball, throws it out to Rick Thackeray. Almost getting through on that far side. So a chance for Widnes then. The match seesawing from end to end here. Hume, long pass to Derek Pike. He puts the short pass into Moriarty. And that was a really high tackle. Martin Offiah. Well, that was a disgraceful tackle on Moriarty. The linesman's in on the far side. Play still going on. Long pass to Derek Pike. He puts the short pass into Moriarty. And that will go. The linesman coming in from the far side. Pulling out David Hobbs. And Hobbs doing that from behind Paul Moriarty. Very brave of him indeed. It's a penalty to Widnes. Courier then. Safe as you like between the top of the uprights. And Widnes have 30 points on the board for the umpteenth time this season at Norton Park. Teams doing very well here if they can keep the score down below 30. Bradford, one of those teams that haven't. Myers this time takes it safely enough. Almost getting round Noble. Moriarty. Derek Pike. Another high tackle there from Hobbs. Ball thrown back to Tate. And Widnes will bring play back down towards the Bradford 25. Keith Mumby. Widnes 30, Bradford 14. With about 10 minutes left of the game. Francis from halfback. A long pass to Simpson. Courier getting back. Good tackle from Moriarty on halfway. Been a very busy player, Paul Moriarty, in the 5 or 6 minutes he's been on the field. Pinner. Hobbs. A long pass from Hobbs to Francis. Faced by Offiah. Martin Offiah keeps hold of him. Chance for Bradford here. Fairbank. Moving too tight towards that touchline. Andy Courier and Moriarty bring him to ground. Harkin puts in a little kick, tries to regather himself. He does well. Puts the ball out to Fairbank. and gets Moxon, the substitute, in for a try for Bradford. As I say, no lack of entertainment for the big crowd here this afternoon. But again, the normally sure kicking of David Hobbs is not there in evidence this afternoon. He's only managed 1 goal from about 5 attempts. And so that keeps the score at Widnes 30, Bradford 18. Andy Curry, that's a good kick. Pinner at the second attempt, taking that ball near the touchline. Gives it to McGowan. He's taken by Pike and O'Neill inside his own 25. About 8 minutes left of the game then. Still Widnes 30, Bradford 18. Harry Pinner going from half-back, making 10 yards for his slide. And under the pressure from those 3 Widnes forwards falling on him, I think he got winded by the ball there. Hammer, but he doesn't make any more yardage for Bradford. Bradford moving the ball to the left. Simpson again, and the long ball from Harkin, not being able to find any room at all. Harry Pinner okay now again after that knock in that tackle. So Bradford are on the halfway then. Kelvin Skerritt. Skerritt plays the ball to himself. Really, the referee's not sure at all about that decision himself. At the end of the day, Skerritt should have played that ball. He was well marked. Scrum down then, midway inside the Widnes half of the field. About 6 minutes left of the game. Widnes still lead by 30 points to 18. Widnes have it this time. Dave Marsh trying to get round his opposite number. Keeps the ball alive, Myers. But Mumby was quickly up to snuff that attack out by Widnes. Short ball to Richard Ayres. Richard Ayres getting over on halfway, just trying to find Alan Tate inside, but couldn't do so. But again, good move from Widnes. Andy Currier does well in midfield, steps through 2 or 3 tackles, goes round Mumby, he's on his own, finds Moriarty. Moriarty doing well. Andy Currier throws a long ball out. Well, excellent support play from Widnes, from Currier and Moriarty, and indeed Alan Tate, but the ball just thrown out in the end to the Bradford wingman Francis. Moriarty again, a good tackle on Simpson. Fairbank, tackle by Marsh. This is the wrong end of the field for Bradford. Dave Myers gets across. just outside his own 25, running back like a train at the Bradford defence. Excellent run. Well, the crowd feel that Skerritt went high on the youngster there, and indeed it's Skerritt that's come off worse in that tackle. Mackenzie, now Hume. Widnes are on the boil again here. Richard Ayres stepped through one or two tackles, but he just looked the wrong side. Martin Offiah was in support. He just couldn't see him on his other shoulder. Mike O'Neill then. Paul Hume. That ball touches a Bradford player, and it will be a scrum down. Well, Widnes are having a flurry here in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Substitution being made for Bradford on the far side. Steve McGowan's leading the field. As I say, less than 5 minutes left now. Widnes look home and dry, and indeed they have the ball inside the Bradford 25. Andy Currier trying to dummy that pass. Rick Thackeray, one of the try scorers in the first half, is at halfback. Now Pike. Find a way through. Knock on, says the referee. As I say, the semi-finals of this competition will take place 2 weeks today. Widnes, of course, in an offside position in centre field meanwhile. As I said, the semi-finals will be played 2 weeks today, and Widnes will have a home tie in that semi-final. Then, just about 2 minutes left of this game. Bradford in possession. Carl Fairbank, the early scorer for Bradford, but loses that ball in the tackle. And Widnes have possession. Paul Hume throws it back to Dave Myers. A chance for Widnes to move the ball here. Myers to Alan Tate. 2 against 2. Tate. But Harry Pinner was blocking off the pass to Martin Offiah. Martin Offiah now going infield, looking for a pass on the inside. Derek Pike as well. Andy Currier. Rick Thackeray takes that ball and kicks it back inside. It's a good kick. Offiah takes that ball and a good tackle. Play on, says the referee. Martin Offiah almost getting his fourth try of the afternoon. But a chance for Widnes to move the ball across field. Richard Ayres to Derek Pike, but the ball goes to ground, taken by the substitute. Almost time, just a minute or two to add on for 1 or 2 injuries to 1 or 2 players. Bradford then in possession just outside their own 25, but it looks a forlorn hope now for the Yorkshire side. It really is an unrealistic prospect to hope to turn this deficit around. Harry Pinner. Well, I know that the Widnes players would dearly love to get into the Premiership final at Old Trafford on the 14th of May. So disappointed in not making it to Wembley with this side. They really feel that they owe it to the fans, especially the youngsters in the town, to get to a big final. Dave Myers, meanwhile, beating 2 men, doing well. Widnes on their own 25. Mariarty with a long pass to Mike O'Neill. Now Alan Tate. It's all a bit tight. Thrown back inside to Mike O'Neill. He does well. Gets over the 25, Mike O'Neill. Offloads to Fire. Fire gets the ball inside to Paul Ewan. Widnes keeping the ball going well here in the last minute. Fair play to Widnes. Bit of a loose pass taken by Derek Pipe. Pipe still going. Ewan. Now Richard Ayres in centre field. Steps round the substitute. Almost getting that pass away to Martin Ofaya. But a knock on Whiteley, says the referee on this occasion. And it will be a scrum down right on halfway. Meanwhile, Bradford making a very late substitution indeed. The injured Kelvin Skerritt leaving the field, and Basil Aki will come back on for Bradford. It really is academic though. Aki moves into the second row. David Hobbs goes up to front. It certainly was feeding from Harkin. The referee let it go. Widnes quickly up on Bradford here though. And there goes the final hooter. Widnes moves smoothly into the semi-finals of the Premiership competition. 2 weeks today, they'll find out who their opponents are later in the day. Meanwhile, they've put the record somewhat straight against this Bradford side. 3 points off Widnes in the league. But Widnes putting the record straight today, winning by 30 points to 18.